Hey runner, are you fighting shin splints? Have you tried foam rolling your shins? Don't do it. Don't do it. My short years of treating as a physical therapist, I never realized why, and my cat just entered the room. Hi ma'am, you're distracting the people from the video. You're distracting me from the video. In all my years as a physical therapist of treating, I never realized how and why runners were coming in all black and blue on their shins, or why they thought they needed to foam roll their shins until I looked at Dr. Google and I was like, oh my gosh, this is why. Like, I just scared my cat. I got so excited, I scared the cat. But this is why. Like, it's one of the first things that pops up on the first or second page of Google is foam roll your shins. And I'm like, no, don't do it, okay? And let's talk about, it's not just my personal bias, but there is actual scientific reasons why I don't like it. So in this video, let's debunk the myth of why people are foam rolling their shins. Please don't do it. But while we're at it, is a massage gun any better? Because in theory, they basically do the same thing, okay? So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna pull some stuff from some research articles and mix it in with my clinical opinions. So if you like it, cool, keep it. If you think it's garbage and you're like, I'm not gonna listen to any of that, that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to. You can do what works for you. That is always the caveat with any of these videos. If it doesn't work for you, that's okay. Okay, how is foam rolling and massage gunning similar? Okay, essentially they are both deep pressure on your shins. All right, so itty bitty anatomy physiology lesson. There are different sensors in your tendons, in your muscle belly, in your ligaments, and these sensors give different information to the immediate tissue, like the tendon will talk to the muscle, but it will more importantly talk to your brain. Okay, and so what you are doing by using a foam roller or a massage gun is you're introducing sensory information, typically in the form of deep pressure, right? Because you're foam rolling, you're pushing on something, you're massage gunning, and you're pushing on it, right? So all this is input, okay? Because they're doing the same thing a little bit differently, or a physical therapist could apply deep pressure manually. It's all the same thing. It's just input. And take it a step further, it's all neurological input. We'll talk about that, okay? Example, someone comes up and gives you a squeeze on the shoulder. How do you know that it's just a friendly hello there versus someone's gonna grab your shoulders and shake you, okay? All you did was you received sensory input that got translated from a physical pressure, poking, whatever, okay? So your muscle, all those sensors, took it in, ran it up to your brain. Brain said, oh, okay, it's my best friend, just like grabbing my shoulder, attacking me, saying hi. It's fine. There's no danger. Externally, I'm safe. Physically, I'm safe. It's all good. It's fine, right? Just input. Now let's get real sciencey and let me read you a quote. There's no way I could memorize this. So let me just read it to you and then we'll talk about it some more. Can you hear my cat talking? He's talking. Yes, meow, I can hear you. No, this is just a friendly hello squeeze because of proprioceptive enhancement, stimulating mechanoreceptors, those are the sensors I talked about, stimulating mechanoreceptors in the muscles and or fascia such as Golgi tendon organs or muscle spindle fibers, Ruffini's or Pacini's, Pacini's, whoever you say that. Those are just muscle and joint receptors, right? Sensors that are taking in the sensory information. It's an input and it creates an output, and that output is what you experience after you foam roll or use a massage gun. And what's really interesting is that every runner's output is going to be a little bit different. And I've experimented with this in the clinic. 9 times out of 10, they're like, I don't know, how am I supposed to feel? I'm like, I'm not telling you how you're supposed to feel. You tell me how you feel, okay? So I got some very unfiltered opinions from you guys on the interwebs, and let me read some quotes to you. I had one runner talk about foam rolling, and he says, I feel better without foam rolling. I seriously hate it. I do much better with stretching and mobility work. If I used a foam roller before a run, that run would usually suck. If I use it afterwards, I'm just more sore. This is fantastic. This runner knows exactly what works for him and exactly what doesn't work for him. Versus some other runners, maybe with new foam roller, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm a brand new human being. The angels are singing from the heavens. It's a miracle. I don't know. When it comes to my personal experience with massage guns, again, those aren't bad. They're not bad, but they're also not the savior that social media or whatever advertisement makes them out to be, okay? That being said, my only experience with a massage gun has been like the really pokey attachments, right? And there's a difference between the attachment heads. There are some that are more broad and there's some that are very itty bitty and specific. It's simple surface area. The larger the surface area, the more area it has to distribute the force versus itty bitty pointy attachment head, more force, itty bitty surface area, it's gonna feel like more pressure, okay? So I've only had the more uncomfortable one before and I was not a fan, but that being said, I have seen some pretty cool results from it. I've heard of it. I wouldn't be opposed to trying it again though, okay? So this is not my final verdict on machine guns. I did it again, massage gun. Oh, if there's a massage gun company that would like to send me one to test one, I would love to test one and give my more informed feedback and opinion on it. Everything that we've described already, we have talked about different kinds of pressures, which creates input, which isn't translated to be neural input, which then gets retranslated to a physical output, which is what you feel after you use a massage gun or a foam roller. So what the heck does this have to do with shin splints? So I've been working with a runner one-on-one probably since November of 2022, and we finally started to like really wrap things up of March of 23. When we first started out, she said, okay, I've tried the compression socks, I've tried the foam rolling, not really a fan. I have a massage gun though, and it kind of helps. Should I keep using these? And I said, if they seem to help you, you can use them as tools. However, the bread and butter, the foundation that I want you to focus on 100% is these exercises. So if you haven't seen my previous video with the exercise circuit for shin splints, go check that out. The exercises need to be your primary focus. And then after a while, we would do another visit and we would progress our exercises, and then those would become also the next foundation. I noticed, I'm having some cranky shins as I increase my mileage. I'm gonna use my massage gun, okay? So she did, and she found that when she did, it actually reduced her soreness, that achiness right afterwards. She would use it right after a run, and the first couple times she would use it and it would be less sore afterwards, so improvement there, right? And then further along, she would use it again, and after using the massage gun, the symptoms, the discomfort, the pulling, the achy, dull soreness would go away. And she would be okay for the rest of the day and be okay the following day, okay? So this is to tell you that if you found something that has worked, it's okay to use it. It's okay to use compression socks or different mobility tools as long as they are additional supplemental tools. Pretty much what you need at the foundation though is movement, some kind of exercise, mobility, stretch, whatever it is. And then based on what your body responds to, based on the physical output from the neurological input, that's how you know what works for you. But why no foam rolling for shin splints? Here it is. Because you have a lot harder time controlling how to foam roll, what to foam roll when it's just like the regular styrofoam roll that looks like a burrito. There is not a foam rolling rule book that I know of. If someone does, please let me know so I can read it. But then, because what runners will do is they'll spend more than 5 minutes foam rolling and they come in black and blue like we started this video with, and I'm like, what happened to you? No, I just foam rolled. I'm like, honey, if you bruised yourself, you've done too much. You've gone too far. The mistake that I see is that people think more foam rolling is better, more aggressive, harder foam rolling is better, when in reality, more is just more at this point. So why does that make a massage gun any better? Here is why. We already talked about the different attachment heads, and then you can also adjust the amount of pressure you're using in a massage gun. So from the limited experience that I have through clients, through patients, is that you have a lot more control with the massage gun, okay? Which means if you are massage gunning so much and you're like, oh my gosh, this feels worse, it's getting achy, I don't like it, ease up. Change the attachment head or lower the intensity of how much pressure it's applying. And that is why we dare to train differently. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, if it was helpful, please consider subscribing and ringing the bell and giving it a thumbs up in all those things. And because you stuck around this far, please accept a free gift I have for you. It's on my website, drwhitfit.com. It's free running guide at the top. It is a free running injury prevention guide. So go grab that. It has all my favorite hip mobility exercises, some strength exercises in there that I think you'll love. So thank you for sticking around. My name is Marie. I am Dr. Whitfit, a practicing physical therapist, and so happy you're here. Welcome to the Running Fit Fan and Dare to Train Differently.